Hey everybody, Max and Duckie here for another Toy Talk topic. And this one is brought to you by a viewer submitted topic. So we'll get to the viewer in a second. We just want to preface this because it is all rumor and speculation. But there's definitely something going on with Ever After High. We're going to talk about the dolls. We're going to talk about the animated series. We're even going to talk about the Ever After High magazine. So let's get started with the special shout out because of the suggestion for Toy Talk topic. And that's Maurice Van Ispellen. Thank you for your thoughtful comment. You gave some interesting links so I could do some research on this. Kind of knew something was going on, and I didn't include the full comment because it included some names of some and links of some people working on things, and I just didn't want to include it just in case, because we respect the people working on the animated series a lot too. We don't cause any trouble. This is just for fun and speculation. So let's get on to some pictures here. Now, part of his comment was talking about how the animated series, Guru Animation, I think they're based in Canada, they were contracted for the 2D animation for the shorts and the animated specials, and how they were working with Mattel. It seems as that they were working back to back. As soon as they finished a little special, like 4 episodes, they were contracted for another one. And about a year ago, after they finished Epic Winter, to the surprise of everyone working at Guru, they were not signed on for a new contract. And it looks like all the animation that Guru Animation worked on has now been released. So, does this mean Ever After High is canceled? I don't personally think so. They're doing something, maybe a reboot, a new animation. Maybe they're going to use the animation studio behind the reboot for Monster High. Personally, I really like the animation style, and I think we want to give shout outs to Guru Animation, all the people working on it, because that was one of our favorite things about Ever After High. What do you think, Duckie?
Yeah, I like the style a lot. Did the Guru Animation make the actual stories, or did Mattel come up with the stories and they just animated it?
My guess would be, just based on other properties, is the property owner comes up with storylines, but the actual animation studio would probably do some of the writing, and maybe the Mattel designers came up with some doll themes and sent it over and then said make a story based on these dolls. So that's what I assume how it would work, is the design of the dolls would come first, because
No, I'm just wondering about the story, because for Epic Winter we watched the first half of it, and the writing was pretty horrible in my opinion. They seem to care more about getting puns in each sentence than the actual storyline. Yeah. I didn't like it at all. But the animation was pretty. It's just what the script was horrible.
Yeah, it is an opinion, but we didn't actually finish Epic Winter yet because we're not feeling it.
Yeah.
But the animation style is awesome.
Every single sentence had to have some pun in it. That was really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's in there in the past, but it was too much.
Yeah. And
we're just going to recap some of Ever After High doll releases' recent efforts and see what's going on here. There's definitely something going on with the Ever After High line. The Magic Arrow, the Epic Winter Rosabella, and Daring.
Yeah.
Something Mattel's been doing to prove they know how to make dolls, but only in large form. We personally do not collect these large 17-inch dolls, but they have articulation and cloth tights and cool shoes, nice hair, so they know how to do it. They just don't always do it. Powerful Princess Club, big question marks. If you're gonna make your doll line called Powerful Princess, it should be a nice doll. And these were okay and not even passable in some cases with the Holly O'Hare one.
Yeah.
So that's why I have all these question marks. And here's something else Mattel's been doing is prototyping and doing photos of the doll and then making it even cheaper upon release. Look at those promo pictures of the joints on the legs. And by the time of actual release, no joints on the legs. That's worse than molded on tights. That's molded on tights and no knee joints.
Yeah. That was a bummer.
That's bottom of the barrel for me. Now, I'm going to get more onto this in a moment as to why I don't think the Ever After Hall doll line is canceled and possibly a reboot coming. But where I am concerned is signature dolls. They have a little more detail, and unfortunately, they do not seem to be selling that well. On Amazon, they are the most discounted dolls, and there's not a lot of Ever After Hall high doll news, but there usually, when some new pictures come out, there's some hints as to some new signatures, and we're not getting that, which is kind of scary. So I do think Ever After High dolls are going to continue. I think the animation's going to continue, just in a new form. But I am concerned about the signature dolls, not just for Ever After High, for all doll lines.
What they seem to be wanting to do is...
Lots of basic dolls.
Yeah. Budget, basic, not a lot of detail to them. That sort of doll is what they seem to be focusing on now.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
And you might think, well, maybe Mattel is hurting, or dolls in general, which is maybe Ever After High isn't doing as well. But I looked at some numbers for dolls in general for 2016. It seems in the U.S., doll sales are actually up 12%. Is it because of all these corners they're cutting and reducing their costs? Is it working for them? Which is a scary thought, because we like detail, and as collectors, we really want something special. But we may not be looking at the end of this anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, cheaper dolls. People buy more of the cheaper dolls than they do the more expensive ones, I guess.
Here's some of the worst of the worst. These dolls do not represent the character in any form whatsoever. Daring Charming. His name's Daring. The doll should be daring. It should represent him. How he's very concerned about how the way he looks. He would never go out of his house looking like this. It does not represent the character at all. And Holly over receding hair. The Powerful Princess Club doll you got, right, brand new out of the box. How was her hair, Duckie?
I don't remember it being bad.
Yeah. Do you remember your review? There was little gaps in the hair.
Oh. It's been a while.
Now, this doll is based off Rapunzel, who should have long hair that she should be able to... Rapunzel's daughter. So she should be able to throw her hair out of a castle window and someone be able to climb up.
Yeah.
The characters... Her whole essence of the character is her strong... being a strong princess and having that hair. It's pretty upsetting that these do not represent the characters well at all. The one new thing we know about Ever After High, this is the only thing we know before Toy Fair that's going to be coming out. Can you think of anything else?
No.
Is the toddler dolls.
The Princess Friend.
Yeah.
These two.
And that's it.
That's the only new news we knew. No. Yeah.
So, again, these are all rumors, speculations. If you have any more info, please do in the comments below. This is another rumor I don't know how valid this is at all, but some of the rumors of... Now, I would love to see this, but some of the rumors of the next animated special, most likely, from everything we've heard, Guru is not working on it, so a new animation company would be the Wizard of Oz. Now, if they are going for that, I'm all aboard. It's just...
That'd be really cool.
I feel bad that the people working on the animation... It's very different from the Monster High. Monster High definitely needed an update, but 2D animation, especially the style it was going for, I think they could have kept that company working.
Yeah. Just get some better writers or something.
Yeah. But we'd be way on board for Wizard of Oz doll line and special.
Yeah.
And that would be a great way to reboot it.
I think so too.
So, and also thanks for all your comments on the previous Toy Talk topic. Far and away the most, when people voted, they wanted to see Ever After High at Toy Fair.
Yep.
New York 2017.
Hopefully it's there.
Is all this happening for a reboot? That's my guess, is that they're going to reboot it.
I'm saying if Ever After High is not at Toy Fair 2017, that they are canceling it.
Here's my theory, is the only way they would cancel it. Because we all know Mattel lost the Disney Princess line. It's now at Hasbro.
Yeah.
If they are somehow negotiating to get the princesses back, and then they would be working on the Disney Descendant dolls too. And taking that away from Hasbro, which is a stretch. That's the only way I think that the actual Ever After High doll line and animation has been canceled. Because they would lose all that product line. They wouldn't have princess...
But if they're supposed to be... If they're gonna actually do a reboot and they're not at Toy Fair, that would be very weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to make people excited about a reboot or get the word out, and so far there hasn't been any word, and when there was a Monster High reboot, there was leaked pictures all the time. Which
they were upset about. Mattel did not want it to leak out like that. The reboot may have been debuted at Toy Fair 16 if it wasn't leaked. So maybe they're keeping a tight ship.
Well, we'll just have to see. We don't know any of the facts. This is all speculation and rumor and fun to talk about.
But we want to hear from you and your info, and I may even include a poll. Do you think Ever After High is done? Do you think there's a reboot? So I'll leave a small poll. I personally, my opinion is that there will be a reboot unless somehow Mattel gets the Disney Princess line back. What's your opinion?
My opinion is if they're not at Toy Fair with any sort of news about a reboot, that it might be canceled.
Would you be upset if it was?
Yeah.
Based on what we've been getting.
Well, based on what we've been getting, probably not. But I love Ever After High, and I don't want to see it end.
No.
So, anyway, like I said, this is all just speculation on our part. We don't have any hard facts or anything like that. But we wanted to have a toy talk about it so you guys could talk in the comments too. What do you guys think? And we'll have to just see what comes up in the next couple months. So thank you for watching this Toy Talk topic. And if you have an idea for your upcoming Toy Talk topic, let us know. And we'll see you later. Bye!
Bye.